Atheism ultimately destroys the notion of accountability because there is no accountability in a world without God. Hi, I'm Brock Lurie and welcome to the Brock Lurie Show. Today I wanted to discuss about how atheism kills the notion of accountability. In my book, Atheism Kills, we talk a lot about how atheism destroys so many aspects that we value in our society. Things like beauty, freedom, truth, and justice. It also kills the notion of accountability. How so? One of the things that you hear a lot from our friends on the godless side of the equation is that they feel like they are very accountable, that they are the ones who are working hard because they love science. They don't accept this notion of some God that will take care of them in the future, and that we, the faithful, well, we're lazy because all we have to do is simply say, we love God, we have faith in God, and then we'll be entered into the great heavenly gates and everything will be great. It's a big fantasy of sorts, and we're just simply surrendering all the things the hard work that we need to do in order to achieve success in life. I've heard it from every atheist. It's the way that I used to argue as an atheist myself. But who's really accountable? The atheist or the believer? Let's think about it. If you're an atheist and you truly believe that we are here as a random feature on this planet, that everything that we see around us, life, civilization for that matter, everything is a random event, then what are you accountable to? You can just do anything that you want. This is not simply a question of logic, as the atheist will say. Why not just live like the animals? They spend all their time mating, eating, and making sure that they themselves are not eaten. That's it. Those are the rules of the jungle. Why wouldn't we live that way ourselves? What does it matter to learn about history or to concern ourselves about the future? Why? Why have kids for that matter? We've talked about this a lot. Let me get this straight. The atheist says that he is somehow more accountable to the world because he doesn't believe in this far-fetched notion of God. But he can do anything he wants. He can sex it up as much as he wants. He can steal and for that matter, kill or cheat or anything else, so long as he gets away with it. When you think about it, that's exactly the mentality of the atheist, the true atheist. Most atheists, they want to believe that they're good people. And deep down, I think they are good. But they never ask themselves why they even pursue the nature of good. Why? You see, that's the problem with atheism. It's a mindset that allows them to do anything that they want. But at the same time, they want to feel like they are good, moral people. Let's turn to the believer, the one that supposedly somehow is not accountable to anything as so long as he believes in God. Let me get this straight. So he has to live a life where he doesn't cheat on his wife. He makes sure that he can never lie. He has to go to church every Sunday in order to make sure that he's a better human being and to understand his weaknesses and frailties. He has to learn how to apologize. He has to learn how to control his sexual appetite, his addictions of every other kind, whether it's gambling, alcoholism, or otherwise. He has to work hard to make himself a much better person. And then, of course, to account to other people at the same time. Who is the more accountable between those two? The atheist or the believer? It is fascinating to me how the atheist thinks of himself as somebody who is a man or a woman of science, and that they are doing the hard work to understand the realities of the universe and such, and never seem to wonder what their mindset actually leads to. That's the problem with atheism. Atheism ultimately destroys the notion of accountability because there is no accountability in a world without God. That's a distinction that really separates the atheist from the believer. Now, merely believing in God, of course that's not good enough. But you have to understand that in a world without God, there is no pursuit of justice. There is no sense of truth. There is no purpose to science. There is no improvement in the lot of yourself or your fellow human being. Why should there be? Ultimately, that's the reason why the believer is going to be far more accountable in his daily actions and in his life actions than the atheist. Think about it. I'm Brock Lurie. Thanks for watching.